Hello, 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 and welcome to the Downsized Live. My name is Christopher Durham.
I'm Laraine Durham, and this is JoJo Durham. Our longtime viewers will know and love. So when JoJo wants to sit somewhere, that's where she sits, and that's just how it is. She was in this chair that I'm sitting in now. The chair was over there, and I had to move her, and she was not pleased. But welcome to the Downsized. This is the channel where we talk about GLP-1 medications, Ozempic, Wegovy, Zepbound, Mounjaro, Tirzepatide, Semaglutide,
And a whole bunch more coming.
Ratatouille, try a secret password. I won $100. Orforglipron, or Orforglipron. Your guess is as good as ours, right? So those are new medications. They haven't come out yet. But the first 4, as you know, are out. All right, so welcome. This is our live show where we take questions from our viewers. We answer questions to the best of our ability because we're not doctors. Where's my little sign? Oh, here it is. We're not doctors. We don't even play ones on the internet. JoJo is obviously not a doctor. She is a kitty. Okay. Let's put that right there. Although we don't want to do that. Okay. We're not doctors. And I've lost 50 pounds on Tirzepatide. Christopher's lost over 100 pounds. And now we've been in maintenance. I've been on maintenance coming up on 2 years.
I've been a year now.
Next month. So, woo-woo. So, you know what? If you're out there and you're getting, improving your health and you're losing some weight on these medications, you're going to get to maintenance someday yourself. And isn't that exciting to never have to worry about losing weight again?
It is.
Mind-blowing.
So if you have a question, please leave it in the comments. Put a couple of Q's in the front of it so it's easy to see. We want to make sure we hit it. If you'd like to celebrate a win out there, maybe you just started the medication, maybe you lost medication, maybe you had a grandchild. I don't care. Tell me, and I'll do something crazy like throw some confetti at you.
So crazy up in here.
I know. Or right?
We need to get some.
I'm going to get some new ones. I'm working on some new stuff. But
you need to have the IT staff work on some new graphics.
I am the IT. Actually, one of the viewers was like, "You should put some music and stuff in there." I'm like, "Well, our editor kind of sucks, me."
JoJo's the editor.
So yeah, JoJo's the editor. But yeah, so leave a question and we'll do the best. We'll do our best to have a conversation about it. There's a lot of people out there in the chat right now. So there's 103 viewers right now.
Where's the chat at?
Or 108 viewers right now. 31 likes. So make sure you like and subscribe. And even if we don't know the answer, a lot of times our viewers do. What I'll tell you is there's a lot of conversation going on right now about the $50 Medicare deal. If you've got questions about that, I'll do my best to answer that. I will tell you that pretty much everything that was in that video is everything I know. So for instance, the people asking about TRICARE and retired military, it's just not, information's not available right now. We just don't know. I hope that they'll be covered and that it all works out, but we just don't know at this point. Lots of people worried about maintenance, so we can talk about all that out there. But leave a question, and we will answer them to the best of our ability. And if we start out with Miss Shorty.
Shorty, hey Shorty, how are you? Hi, Christopher, Laraine, and Downsized family. Hello. And Shorty's a member.
Yeah, thanks.
At Tech We Love. At Downsized, I've emailed investor relations at several companies where I ate at before getting on a GLP-1 to tell them that they need to have some true GLP-1 compatible foods or they will lose profit. Have you eaten at Chipotle? Have you eaten at Smoothie King? Who else has got protein options? Starbucks.
So let's back that up for a second, because Tech We Love, I've seen you around, but I don't know what you know about. Basically, for the last 20 years, I have been in the retail space, and I worked at corporate headquarters for a major grocer, and then I have consulted with most of the big retailers that you have heard of in the United States and a number of them in Europe. And I talk to them all the time. We do events. There's all kinds of stuff. We'll see everybody from Target to Walmart to CVS to you name it. At this point, not restaurants, of course, but for packaged goods companies and for retailers and for people selling groceries, basically, I'm not actually recommending they build out GLP-1 focused lines, because I think the problem with those GLP-1 focused lines is they're treating it like it's Atkins, is they're treating it like it's a fad. And I think the essence of what we're doing here is going to fundamentally reshape the food system. And the goal should not be to have 5 or 6 SKUs that say GLP-1 or high protein or whatever the fad is, the low fat, there's been 100 diet
Snack
fads,
Wells cookies.
whatever.
Love
The
them in the
essence should
90s.
be to have better food across the board,
Right.
with better ingredients, and to understand, because so many people give so much shit, forgive the phrase, to ultra processed food. But the reality of ultra processing food, and I say this and people get upset with me, is there's really nothing wrong with processing food. What happens is the ingredients that go into that processed food, the processing of it allows them to pack as much sugar and fat and salt as possible, such that I can create this thing about this big that has 50,000 calories in it, that I can carbo load, fat load, salt load, sugar load really
There's
quickly.
no nutrition in a Dorito, right? But they're delicious.
Well, there is actually nutrition in a Dorito, but
well, I mean, there's calories.
So it's really about how do we create really better food. And packaged food never goes away, so that's not a thing. People wish it would. I mean, we advocate for eating fresh food as much as possible, but there will always be packaged goods out there. We say you need to create a better product.
Well, I'm not interested in products adding protein to them, like protein added Pop-Tarts, right? Yeah. But I do appreciate...
That's you playing packaged goods and pretending to be healthy,
right.
And you're not.
But I do appreciate places like Chipotle calling out, hey, we got the proteins right here. You want a bowl full of just chicken? We'll sell you a bowl full of just chicken, right?
But the reality of that is that's a marketing play. All of that product already existed in that store. All they did was put it on a sign. They already had grilled chicken. You could have bought
genius marketing
the day before.
Genius. Why doesn't everyone in America market their current products that are already GLP-1
Because
friendly?
I think you just make better, healthier food, and then we're all healthier. It's fine.
Well,
So tech we love has left several. So let's go on to
right.
tech we love's next one. They say the growing trend of GLP-1 medications is large enough and growing that companies can't ignore their impact. I can't eat some food because I got slow gut, and that I'm resolving with prunes and healthier. I think honestly, one of the things that's going to happen on the restaurant side of the business is this, and this will upset people as well, is this will readjust our portion sizing in America.
I hope so.
So we came through the 60s, 70s, and 80s and basically learned to buy food by the pound.
Supersize me.
Supersize. And the portions we eat are part of the problem, and it's significantly more. When you walk in and a sandwich is 2,000 calories, just the sandwich. And there are ones...
Where's that?
Where was it at Schlotsky's?
Schlotsky's.
Or you're going to get the triple decker at Wendy's or whatever. It's not a surprise that we're gaining weight, right? So I think we as Americans, or really anybody, when we take GLP-1s, because it resets our brain while we're taking that medication, that we can't eat as much. As you say, you're having a hard time digesting things as well. The portion sizes at restaurants have to adjust. And honestly, they need to increase the quality of the food because we're eating less. So give me a better piece of steak. I'm happy to pay the same price. I'll take a little bit of food. Just give me a better quality product.
Well, I think what we get to now is we have less room in our stomach. We have less bites. We're going to eat less food on these GLP-1 medications. So I'm not, if I'm looking to eat something, I'm going to make sure it's the best something and the things that I like, the tastiest things. I'm not just going to eat any old crap that's flying around, right? I want to make sure it's the best piece of chicken, the best steak, the best looking produce in the market, the best brownie from a bakery that's fresh and hot, not some 3-week-old thing that's in the back of my pantry that I'm shoving my face with, right, when no one's looking. I don't want to do that. I want to have good quality food.
But yes, and so you ask, so you go in tech. We love asking another question. Do you see companies doing more than platitudes, more than 1 or 2 items? I don't encourage people to do small lines. I just don't. When I'm consulting with them, I encourage them to rethink their entire product line and make a better product line, not don't treat it as a trend. This is not a trend. This is a permanent change. And it's a permanent change that will impact everybody.
I think food companies don't really know that. Remember those Vital Pursuit meals?
Those things are terrible.
They're gross, right? They're like bad lean cuisines. Like, why take something, I don't know. And I think those bad translations just,
so
aren't good for
your final one, Tech, we love. I wish movie theaters would position themselves to benefit as well.
Right.
If they had trail mix, beef jerky, wraps, etc. Honestly, I don't know about where you are, but around here, movie theaters in general have expanded their and so we have ones that you can go sit down in their entire restaurants.
Full meal.
And we have ones that have added things. It's always going to be about salty popcorn and candy. I don't think that goes away. I mean, and I honestly believe there is a place for that sometimes, so I don't think it should. But what we have seen, we travel enough. Like if you go into an airport or a convenience store these days, there's always going to be
protein bars,
beef jerky and protein bars,
hard-boiled
eggs. There's always going to be Fairlife protein shakes.
Yeah.
So there's definitely things emerging, and we're seeing a lot more. I mean, I know and the Wawas and the QTs and those convenience chains, they have pretty big sets in there. So so we're seeing it.
Sure. Movie theaters, as someone who has always been trying to lose weight my whole life, movie theaters have always been kind of a fraught with peril, right? So sometimes I'm sneaking my own healthy snack in, or sometimes I'm air popping popcorn at home and sneaking that in.
Last time you air popped popcorn. We don't even have an air popper.
I guess I mean, microwaving popcorn, or just I used to put, you can get the brown paper sandwich, you used to take your lunch in a brown bag. You can put popcorn kernels in that, fold it up, put it in the microwave, and just pop. Because the microwave popcorn, it's got a lot of stuff in there you don't want to eat.
I think the other piece, I don't think that all indulgences have to go away. So this isn't a fundamental, it doesn't fundamentally eliminate all happiness.
I used to eat.
What it does is it creates a world where 80 to 90% is healthy, tasty, delicious, high quality food. And the other 10% is a cannoli or a cheesecake or a donut, and that's okay, and we balance it appropriately because the GLP-1s are helping us.
Or maybe we also make behavior changes. When we go to a movie, that doesn't automatically mean we need to eat while we watch the movie. Maybe that's just a bad habit that we've gotten into. I don't want
GLP-1s anyway.
I've watched plenty of movies without eating or drinking anything. I don't eat or drink all the time at home in front of the TV. You know what I mean? So, we all have to decide what we want to do there. Terry Lockins here. Hello to all from North Dakota, bracing for snow and high winds Thursday and Friday. Girl, you need to move south.
North Dakota's cold.
Hey, Jess, you are the best at it. Evening, everyone. Hello. Down in Dale, Shelley. Good evening, all. 72 yesterday in southern Michigan. Snow tonight. Hooray. Hooray.
It was like 80 degrees here today.
It was quite warm. Good evening, all. I made an appointment to investigate the bridge program with my APRN tomorrow.
That's good.
Is that a Medicare related thing?
That is the one that starts in July.
Crazy Cat Lady in LA.
You can tell she watches the videos.
I did not watch them. I need to. I'm a little behind.
She never does.
I'm a little behind. I spent most of my day packing actually today. More about that later.
Every once in a while she says, we should do a video about us. I did 2 days ago.
Oh, I don't know. I do know what you're doing videos on mostly. But, this weekend I felt like I was driving all across North and South Carolina. I had to go to a bridal shower in Greensboro, North Carolina, which is about an hour and a half from us. And then on Sunday, I drove to my mom's house near Charleston, which is about 3 hours the other direction. And so I've just have a lot of family commitments.
Say hello to Crazy Cat Lady.
Hey, Crazy Cat Lady. Hey, Vanessa. Hey, Downsized Peeps. Don't forget to
Crazy Cat Lady.
You gonna put on the JoJo cam?
I can put on the JoJo cam. JoJo's actually sitting right here.
JoJo cam. JoJo's just sleeping on the table right here. Oh, there she is. It's almost a JoJo cam.
I can adjust it.
All right.
One moment, please.
Otherwise, it's a Laraine cam.
One moment, please.
Please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. We've got, 42,000 subscribers.
Yeah.
We're marching toward 100,000, 2 million.
100,000 by the end
World
of the year.
domination here at the Downsized.
What would you do with that? I don't even understand.
I'm not sure myself. I'm sure it would be fantastic. Cinnamon Corinne, hello. Our clocks in the UK haven't changed yet, so I get to watch live at 11 p.m. for a short while before sleep. Yay.
Well, good.
I wonder why they don't change. I thought all the clocks changed around the world. Was that dumb of me to think
that doesn't even happen in the US. There's places where they don't change.
I hate the time change. Everybody hates the time change. Nobody likes it. Why can't we just stay on daylight savings time forever? Like who is this benefiting? The farmers plowing the fields, or the people that are
was the original
by
intent.
Candlelight reading their who what? Let's get with the times.
So I actually was booking flights through London and to London today.
For our child.
Our child is doing a study abroad.
Mm-hmm.
And it was.
What's your point there?
I'm just quinky dink.
Oh, because the UK. Didn't see that connection. You think I ramble?
It was an actual connection. No,
Mel's Simple Choice. Hi, all. Hi. Thanks for being a member. If you'd like to join our club, Club Downsized, you can hit the join button below. Not right now because they'll take you somewhere else. Hey, Anthony, how are you? Hello, everyone. And you can, it's just a way to support us further. It's kind of like just buying us a coffee, so hit the join button and, you can hang out with us more often. Amy Joy says, howdy campers. Deborah Kendrick, when it's all running together like that, sometimes it's hard for my brain to split it apart. Hello, Deborah. Anthony says, Jojo Cornelius, front and center. Yes, and for you that didn't know, Jojo's middle name is Cornelius. I named her that. And Jojo is a girl, but sometimes we do call her Jo. So I know that can be confusing. Mindy's here. Hey. Hello to all my GLP-1 citizens. Hello, Mayor Mindy. And Crazy Cat Lady says, Jojo. Moj says, hello there, friends. Bariba1 says, good evening, everyone. I've been out of town for 8 days and have missed you all. Well, you could have taken us with you. Where did you go? Grant's faithful GLP-1 journey says, good evening. Angela says, hi, all. We're going fast here. Juanita Jones says, good evening from Wichita, Kansas. B. Susan B. Love watching your show. Thanks, Susan. Or is it BB? B. Susan B. Janine. Hello, everyone, she says. Hello. Angela says, hello from the UK. Hello. I got my Harry Styles tickets today. Very excited seeing him in September at Madison Square Garden. Grant's faithful GLP-1 journey says, hey, Mindy.
Paul Robeson says, question, just came off GLP-1 after 101 pound loss. Well, first of all, let's do this.
Congratulations, man.
Congratulations. Joining the gym, but any other tips? Yeah, take your shot. I don't recommend taking breaks, honestly. Paul, I figure I can always reset and restart in 30 days if I can't handle it. So we actually just it's still going. Mm-hmm. We just finished an interview with a doctor that'll run next
Dr.
week.
Holly.
And basically what Dr. Holly, I won't get her last name right.
I just had it on a piece.
She was the head of the department at NYU Langone. Basically what she said was she was happy to have patients try and come off of it. She only did that once. And the vast majority of people, it did not work for. But some it did. So, it didn't hurt to try. You lost 101 pounds, so congratulations. I'm sure you're feeling a lot better. The challenge of these medications is the magic of these medications is
not magic.
Well, they are. Is
science.
It's science, and it's a treatment for the disease of obesity. It's not a cure. So once you remove those medications from your body, all of the benefits that you were getting from them go away. So it's very easy to believe you're feeling better because you created a new lifestyle, because you're eating better, because you have more willpower, because you don't really remember how it was a year ago, 2 years ago. it's really hard to, and you start to think it was all me. Well, it's the medication.
Well, we always have this debate, medication versus lifestyle and behavior changes. They're all important, right? They all play a role. But what these medications do is they reset your body's point where it resets your set point, basically. Dr. Anya Jestroboff calls it your enough point, but it's basically your set point. So we have these weights that our bodies like for us to be at. Mine happens to be 185 pounds. No matter how low I would lose, or, I kind of would always just return to 185 pounds. If I was maybe over 200, I could lose pretty well to 185 and stop. One time I lost to 170, and then all of a sudden my weight's creeping up, and I'm running half marathons, and I'm in Weight Watchers, and I'm like, what is happening? My body was forcing me up, right? So what these medications do is allow us to, our set point to lower. Okay, so now my set point's around 145 pounds. I'm 5'5", I'm a 56-year-old mother of 3 kids, right? I've battled my weight since, I don't know, age 6, age 10, somewhere around in there. So when the medications lower that set point in your body, then your body says, oh, we're not starving. You're not starving. You're not being chased through the jungle and needing to forage for food in the nuclear winter or whatever. So your body says, oh, okay, I can release some of this weight and let you stay at a lower weight now. And then you kind of regulate your weight like a healthy weight normal person does, right? Normal, what's normal? But yeah, so when you go off these medications, you've artificially lowered your set point with these medications. And when you come off these medications, you might find that set point weight start creeping up. So you know what? You go off, if you find your weight creeping up 5 pounds, 10 pounds, 20 pounds, have a limit where you're going to say, oh, I need to be back on it, right? Maybe it's 10 pounds, maybe it's 20 pounds. I hope it's not 30 pounds, but somewhere in there, just keep your eye on it. And maybe you can maintain. Some people are able to come off this medication. Not a lot of people, very small percentage of people, but some people can. So, if you want to test it out. I am not testing it out.
Yeah, I don't plan on it either, honestly.
I am not stopping ever. Because I've lived my whole life without a GLP-1, and I've yo-yo dieted my whole life, and I don't want to go back to that.
I'm 100 pounds down. You're 101, so you got me by 1.
It's not a competition.
No, it's not, but it's a similar journey, right?
Similar journey, sure.
I can't. I don't really have a desire to even try, to be quite frank. I mean, I'm on a 15 milligram dose, the highest dose I obtained. I don't have any desire to go down. People freak out about it all the time. They're like, well, everybody says you have to do it.
You don't have to do it.
It's actually not true. Actually, the doctor we just talked to was like, nope, that's what I recommend too. But the reality is, if it were any other disease, if it were blood pressure, if it were thyroid disease, if it were anything else, nobody would look at you and go, you need to come off that.
You're on asthma medication? Maybe you should try diet and exercise. Maybe you should just try to breathe better. Nobody's going to tell a person with asthma, right?
Honestly,
right? So why would you tell someone with the disease of obesity that they need to just move more and exercise, or eat less and exercise? I've been doing that since my mom took me to my first diet center at age 10, right? I know how to diet and exercise because I've been doing it my whole life. Linda Bookmiller, 8803 says, hey everyone. Hey, Linda. Marcy LP, JoJo needs a fan club. All kitty lovers apply. Awesome. Anthony says, at Mindy. Hi, Mary Mindy. Yep. Thanks, Anthony. Jazzy says, hello, everyone. Hey, Jazzy. Lori Wise says, hi from Florida. Jeanette Dunn says, hello, Laraine and Christopher. Deborah Kendrick. I don't know why my brain can't read that.
There is a Kraken person.
There is a cricking the Kraken.
Yeah.
I was thinking that was that.
It's not that.
Your
person.
Medicare segment this morning was very informative. I have emailed my doctor through the patient portal to see what he says. Well, I'm sure Christopher got the news before your doctor did, so maybe you can help your doctor catch up.
And for those of you who, I actually went in and added the links to that CMS site. There's a whole FAQ on it. If you really want to dive deep into it, I can tell you, I pretty much said everything in it, but go in and dig around it. The challenge is there's still just a lot of details that they haven't filled in, and they will continue to fill in. I mean, we've been saying this now for months, and really this was the first time we've seen a lot of the what are the qualifications, what do the two programs look like. So it's exciting. They're going to test something. We'll see how it goes. Betty says, hello from Somerville, South Carolina.
I know where that is. Paula Harden says, good evening. Hello. Nurse Tara's here. Hello, Christopher, Laraine, and Downsizers. Just Sherio surpassing my fifth and final goal. 212 to 131, 81 pounds down. Fantastic. 46 on my own and 35 on GLP-1. Now on to maintenance and building more muscle. Woohoo! Awesome. Sandy Shore's here. Hi, all. Hey, Sandy. Sase Votre V. Something your life. Say, I don't know what that means. I've been on Zepbound for 8 days now and have lost 7 pounds. Cool. Where does the weight go? Well, I don't know. Where does it ever go? Water? Am I on good track? Thank you, Danielle. Paris.
So Danielle, that's moving pretty quickly, but very often it is water weight. And typically what we would say is healthy weight loss, and we're in America, so we use pounds, is between 0.5 and 2 pounds per week, or 1% of your body weight. For a lot of people, you have these two groups of people that either lose nothing on 2.5 or they come out of the gate strong. Sounds like you've come out of the gate strong. I would not assume that you will lose 7 pounds every week, nor should you. It's not really a healthy thing to do.
No, you won't. Usually, most people lose a fair amount that first week, and then it, could taper off from there. Where does the weight go? So you can pee it out. It gets broken down in your body and it gets flushed out. When you breathe in and out, the respiration burns up calories, and then sweat. So 3 ways that your body gets rid of stuff it doesn't want, right?
So Mungo Mama 2017 says, have you heard anything recently about when Wegovy 7.2 milligrams might be released? It's been pending, right? It's been submitted to the FDA. They're just waiting on it. And there's no way for them to speed it up. Now, it is one of the drugs that is in the accelerated program. The problem is we've only had one drug approved in this accelerated program. So we don't really know how quickly that's going to happen.
Also waiting for orforglipron
is in that same program. And CagriSema is in that same program. So, in the next 6 months, we should see probably all 3 of those come out.
Anthony says, hi, Sandy. Angela says, I've just had my 5th shot and I've lost 16 pounds. I'm a beginner. So 5 times 2 is 10. So you're beating that average. So that's awesome. All right. Keep going. Keep doing the stuff. Everybody's got to start somewhere, right? That's what JoJo says.
Nurse Tara says, hit that like button. Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Tech We Love says, Downsized LOL. My main beef is with movie theaters at the moment. Too much fat, sugar, and salt that causes constipation.
Don't eat it.
Yeah.
Just because it's there doesn't mean you have to eat it, right? Movie theaters have always been a danger zone for people on a weight loss journey.
But we do have a couple of movie theaters that are basically have full restaurants in them now, and you can.
I think it closed actually.
There's one downtown that still does.
Not closed.
No, it's still there. Well, where'd I go? Hold on, here we go. My Zepbound journey. Hi from New Jersey. 5 more pounds to hit
Zepbound journey. Get it?
Zepbound. Oh, I didn't see that. Sorry. 5 more pounds to hit my goal of 200 pounds. How do I get my husband to understand more, like listen to me about his side effects that he's having? He's just started 2.5.
Tell him to watch the Downsized.
Yeah, I mean, not to plug ours. I have a number of videos targeted specifically to men.
To men.
That use tool analogies, and those videos have done very well, and I get lots of feedback on those. If you search, so we have 1,000 videos out there. If you search for men or for tools,
tool time with Christopher,
you'll find them. And then have them come on, ask a question. I'm happy to help, but we all have to do this in our own time. So, make sure he's not getting sick. But
yeah, I mean, if he's having side effects too, he can reach out to his doctor. It might be a good idea. Tech We Love, my theaters remove beef jerky. Smuggle it in, Tech We Love. Everybody smuggles it in. It's fine. Is it fine? I don't know. Whatever. Mel with Simple Joy says, I have been a bit stuck in weight for 3 weeks, but my scale showed more muscle percent, so I was not worried. And today the scale just showed 2 pounds down. Have been this light in 23 plus years. Awesome. Yeah, we use the Hume BodyPod. We're sponsored by the Hume BodyPod. So it's one of those scales you step on and you pull up the handle and it reads your your weight, your muscle mass, your body fat, your body water, visceral fat, all kinds of things. So you can see those changes going on in your body. So it's always good when you see that muscle mass slowly creep up, right? And then when your fat percentage goes down, sometimes your weight stays the same because things are changing, but you maybe don't see it yet, and then it finally changes enough to where you can see the numbers.
Trisha 9940 says, based on your recommendation, I've already reached out to my doc to ask if she knows about the July Medicare changes and if she will assist with prior authorization. I'm over 27 BMI and pre-diabetic. So a lot of people listened to that or read it and said, oh, I'm not eligible for it. I would tell you the pre-diabetic piece of it is probably the broadest piece of it. So you have to, and I can't quote you the BMIs off the top of my head. But pre-diabetic is a very fuzzy diagnosis.
Mm-hmm. Isn't everyone with a high BMI pre-diabetic?
Right. The odds are really, really good if you have a significant BMI, you're pre-diabetic. So
I guess your A1C.
It's really about you working with your doctor and getting that diagnosis, because as long as the doctor's willing to write it, whether you've been on these meds, you've been on compounded, it doesn't matter. You should be able to get on these programs if you're eligible for Medicare and you have your Part D program.
Tech We Love. Basically, I'll get a diet soda and mini cookies because I like to support theaters. They're taking all your money in the ticket sales. I mean, I'm all for the diet soda, and they give you the giant ones, right? You get like a gallon, but Paul Robinson says, all about portion size. I didn't know I was overeating. Yeah, it's really easy to just eat a little too much at every meal, and before you know it, you're gaining weight. And that's how your body pushes you up to that weight where it thinks you need to be, because it thinks there's a nuclear winter or we're starving to death or whatever. So yeah, it's really easy to eat too much. Not on GLP-1 though. Okay, Anthony says, do you guys ever miss the days where your favorite food can turn your day around? It felt like a superpower before, but now anhedonia makes food nice at best and disgusting at worst. Disgusting? Like your favorite food is now disgusting?
Sometimes. I've gone through phases with it. Do I miss it? No, I don't.
I think a lot of people, myself included, are emotional eaters, right? We're happy, let's have a piece of cake. We're sad, let's eat some ice cream. We're, nervous, let's chomp on something crunchy. I think a lot of times we turn to food for that comfort and that stress relief and that boredom buster or whatever. And it's good to find other things that can fill those needs too, right? For stress, maybe go for a walk or fold some other things besides food. So food to turn your day around. No, I don't miss food.
And Anthony, what I would tell you on the food side of it though is pre-GLP-1s, because our body's so overreacted. overreacted, right? The fireworks went off when we ate high
Right.
fat, high sugar, high
Right.
salt
That's another
things,
good point. It doesn't do that
right?
anymore.
It doesn't do that anymore for sure. You don't get that. I have discovered, and if you watch some of the cooking episodes, I talk about it a little bit. There's something to be said now for the flavor and taste of fresh produce, particularly, and for seasoning. So if you don't cook with seasoning, with herbs and spices, and even spicy stuff, hot stuff, it doesn't really add calories, but it adds flavor.
Yeah.
You can amp that flavor up.
It's that red pepper flakes you put in something the
Yeah.
other day, and I was like, "Oh, this is a little spicy, but
And
it's not." Yeah,
and your
like
body now 2 years in, right, we've adjusted and our taste buds are in a different place, and you begin to get some of that back. But it's never going to be the same thing as the fireworks that happen when you right.
And let's take a minute to talk about anhedonia. That's the where you don't care about anything.
Yep.
Or as a doctor said to me the other day, that I don't give a shits. Like, oh, is that the technical term? That interview with that doctor goes live tomorrow, I think, right? Your dose may be too high. Like if you're having that kind of problem where everything's disgusting, I hate everything, and I don't care about anything, your dose may be too high. So it's something to talk to your doctor about. Amy Joy, I have just accepted that I will always have a doggy bag when eating out. And that's okay. I never used to take a doggy bag, right? I was like, I'm going to eat all my food, the rest of your food. Are you going to finish that? I'm going to eat all that too. And now I'm like, oh, yeah, I can't eat much of this. Let's take it home.
Anthony says, did you guys see the McDonald's CEO eating
the
new burger?
Little baby.
So it was the Big Arch burger, which I guess is basically 2 quarter-pound burgers. So it's a half-pound burger. And
so much
you
burger.
could tell he wasn't a burger guy. He's the CEO. It was silly.
I mean, who's the person that approved that commercial, right?
It wasn't a commercial. It was just like social media.
Who's the social media manager that did that? Yeah, you know what? If you can't eat the food for the place where you're the CEO, maybe you should reevaluate your career choices.
Sandy says companies produce what sells. As more people go on GLP-1s and stop buying the junk, they will adjust.
Yes.
It will come. I mean, the challenge of grocery, in particular in restaurants, is they follow. They rarely lead. So particularly fast food, fast casual, they're kind of following the trend. They are not leading the pack. They're not on the top of the curve. They're kind of on the other side of the curve. So it will come. And they'll figure out, honestly, eventually it will be better for them because they will actually manufacture less food and probably make about the same amount of money because they're just making better stuff. So, Becky Clark says hello to all.
Becky Clark. Nancy Germain. The Golden Arches is advertising a new protein-focused burger. Aren't all burgers protein-focused? Sure, it has over 50 grams of protein, but not a healthy choice at all. Like if does it have 2? That's the one.
I think that's
the CEO was fighting
a lot of
to
calories.
2 quarter-pound patties.
Be careful of marketing. I mean, as I said, the challenge of this, and I advise companies against it every day, is do not think of the GLP-1 thing that's happening right now as a diet fad. If you approach it as a diet fad, you are going to lose. And that is approaching it as a diet fad and trying to take advantage of people with marketing. Right? Does it have a lot of protein in it? Yes. Is it healthy? No, it's not.
I mean, personally, I like occasionally, not all the time, not even maybe once a month or less, but a McDonald's little cheeseburger, but a double cheeseburger, because it has, what do we figure out that has? Like 20 grams of protein, maybe 30 grams of protein, because you got the 2 patties and the 2 pieces of cheese. Now, is that something you want to eat all the time? Absolutely not. And actually, in my driving across North and South Carolina this weekend, I actually did drive through McDonald's. I was going to my mom's house. And so I stopped on the way, and I meant to leave earlier and get there by lunchtime, but I ended up not leaving till 11. So I was like right in the middle of my drive, and it was lunchtime, and I was hungry, and I was like, there's not a lot of choices on on Highway 26.
Speak
So-
to that one.
So I did go in through the drive-thru and I got the double cheeseburger and I asked for a small fry. What I've also done is, I didn't do it this time, but get the kids meal. So the kids meal has like a size of fry that's like maybe 10 French fries, which is actually like the perfect size, right? Because you get a few, but you're not eating a whole bunch. So there's ways to, work it. Now I'm not going to go and pick that up for lunch on a daily basis or anything, but if you do know what options are out there, it's not the end of the world. Is a Diet Mountain Dew bad to drink? Diet Mountain Dew. Oh, so much caffeine in the Diet Mountain Dew. As long as I drink 90 ounces of water daily. Bad. Let's talk about what does bad mean. So let's not call foods good or bad. Like some are, have more nutrition and more nutritional value, and maybe some don't have any, and we just like them, right? So, I love Diet Coke. Like I've had 2 cans of Diet Coke today. All right. It's good that you're drinking your 90 ounces of water. I've heard Dr. Nadolsky talk about this because Dr. Nadolsky, who's an obesity medicine certified doctor, he works with patients every day. He talks about, he loves Diet Coke. He's not giving up Diet Coke. He's not telling anybody to stop drinking their Diet Coke. But, if you're drinking regular soda, well then, diet's a little better. If you're drinking diet soda, well, maybe water is better, right? So it's all like incremental choices, right? So you do want to drink more water and less diet soda, but you kind of have to.
I drink Diet Coke. I'm not a Diet Mountain Dew fan, but I would drink it.
I used to drink Diet Mountain Dew on occasion, but
not my
it started
thing.
hurting my stomach because the amount of it's just got a lot of caffeine in it. Health at any cost. Barb, good evening all. Alert! I ate at McDonald's for the very first time since early 2022 this morning. Just a scrambled egg and half an English muffin. Very weird, but I did great. Not going to happen more. That's awesome, right? Scrambled eggs, good protein, half English muffin, get some, carbs in there. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing at all. I wouldn't eat it every day, but, like she says, it's the first time in a long time. Lori Wise says, did you let your docs know you were using Compound, and what were their views on it? So as you know, I've done telehealth like the whole time, my whole journey since September of 2023. So we started in September, and the doctor that I had been going to, she's actually a nurse practitioner, had prescribed me like phentermine the previous spring, and I didn't like that, and I just thought it made me jittery, and I didn't like it at all. And so I was like, and then my friend went on Mounjaro, so I started looking, and I figured out I could do the telehealth doctor and get it online. So I'm like, I'll just do that. So I started in September. Come around to March, I've lost, 30, 35, 40 pounds. I had my yearly checkup, and I went into my doctor and I said, I am taking compounded Tirzepatide, and here's my chart with my weight loss numbers, and check it out. See what you think. Here's what I've lost every week. Here's the dosages that I've taken. And at first she was like, and she looked at this, she goes, oh, wow, you've done really well with this. Now, she's not going to prescribe to a compounding pharmacy because she doesn't know that compounding pharmacy in Florida. She's, so, she will prescribe me a brand name Zepbound or a Lilly Direct if I want to go that route at some point. And, I'm a grown-up. I make my decisions. I did make my doctor aware. It is in my chart, and that's important that it is in your chart. So,
and what I would tell you, particularly based off of the Medicare conversation, the video this morning, you need to make sure your local doctor knows what your treatment is and has a list for continuity of care.
Yeah.
Because eventually what's going to happen Medicare first and then hopefully more things later, they need to have the records so that they can prove that you have the disease of obesity and that you have been in care, and that they can write the appropriate prescriptions and authorizations.
Yeah.
Such that, because even with compounded, those are still doctors, and that doctor or nurse, whoever it is really no different to them than if they sent you to another specialist. If they sent you to an orthopedist, right? They would just have access to those records. It's like on my chart, I can see any doctor in our system. Well, they can't see that for a telehealth company, so you need to make sure that your doctor knows, because ultimately, so right now, come July, those Medicare patients need to be able to that doctor needs to be able to submit that so that they can get it for $50. And if they don't have the continuity of care, they're not going to be able to do that. And what I believe will happen, and lots of people asked about maintenance, it's not actually written in this document as of today, so we're speculating here, right? But the medical strategist and the theorists say it is essentially the equivalent of managing diabetes. And once you get a diagnosis for diabetes, it is a chronic disease, and you always have that diagnosis. Never goes away, and you are always treating that. Your diabetes went into remission.
Right.
Such that they can always write you a prescription for Mounjaro, for insulin, for whatever it is that you need, regardless of what your current A1C is, because you're still managing it.
Right.
So applying that to obesity, really you should be starting with the original diagnosis, the doctor should, the original BMI, and have the records to show the management of the disease.
Right.
Because what happens if you stop managing diabetes? Well, it comes back. What happens if you stop managing obesity?
It comes back. Right. So
you should still be eligible, assuming that the doctor's doing the right things.
So you have the diagnosis of obesity in your chart, in your medical records. And once you have the disease of obesity, you always have the disease of obesity because there's no cure for obesity. We have to get the recognition from the insurance companies, mostly, that obesity is a chronic disease for which there is no cure. Doris Goody, hello. Kevin DePep, hello. Have to thank you both. Started Tirzepatide through Mochi in September after washing Downsized and down 70 pounds. Only 18 to go. Woo, woo, woo. Yay. I do use Mochi Health for my online telehealth provider. I've got a link and a code in the description of this video if you want to save $40 on your first order. Use my code. Misty Finney says, hi guys. Hi, Misty. Jennifer, Nebraska, howdy to all, home to a sunny evening on the farm. It's Darium, Big D, good evening, Durham's downsizers, farmer lurkers, newbies, neophytes, and those chilling in the bushes. Happy Wednesday. Thanks, Darium. Darium's one of our
moderators,
moderators, so thank you for that, Darium. Becky Clark says, happiest was opening up the door to Kroger Donuts display, and the smell was wonderful. When I shut it back up and didn't buy a donut, but it wasn't a Krispy Kreme donut. Well, there you go.
Yeah, fortunately there is no Krispy Kreme near our house, because I really don't know that I have ever driven past a Krispy Kreme that had the hot now sign on.
We used to have some family friends when we lived in Tennessee, and the dad would say, if the hot light's on, the car automatically turns into the parking lot.
Yeah.
That's probably my favorite. Everything else is underneath that. So, and sometimes if I can't get my very favorite one, I'm not going to mess around with the powdered donuts in the plastic at the grocery store. Like, forget it. It's not worth it, right?
Let's see. There's 243 of you out there, 126 likes. So hit that like and subscribe button. We appreciate it. Every time you interact with YouTube, it helps it share, and it helps us grow and helps us get the message out. So we appreciate it. If you haven't subscribed, please do. We're aiming for 50,000 right now. We're not that far away. Mark Suave,
It's related to
question.
Rico.
As a person that is going to probably be on these for the rest of his life, are you worried about the no free lunch with life? About the no free lunch with life, what will be the long-term effects? You know what? I ask the doctors this every time, and Laraine, just as we said, interviewed the head of the obesity care clinic at New York Langone Hospital in New York City. These medications have been around for 20 years,
Ozempic's been
GLP-1s in
around
general.
20 years. Yeah.
And we actually saw one of the discoverers of GLP-1, Dr. Lottie Knudsen, speak, and she spoke about actually working with early versions well into the 90s. Not semaglutide, but they were
In the
early,
1990s,
exenatide and liraglutide,
Yeah.
and there was some other ones. These have been studied a long time. So am I worried about it? No. What I was worried about more than anything else
Obesity.
was dying, because I knew my parents had both died from complications of obesity. So it wasn't a what if it happens, it was when it happens for me. The absolute problem.
Yeah. So what are the other complications of obesity? There's, what did Condi say? 13 types of cancer that are caused by obesity, high blood pressure, type 2 diabetes, joint pain, knee pain, all these things that are related to the disease of obesity. So, these medications have been studied, they've been clinically trialed and tested. So I feel very good about, managing my disease of obesity with these medications.
The nice thing about them is a GLP-1 as a medication, as a drug, and people are like, they're not drugs. They are technically drugs according to the FDA. But GLP-1s occur naturally in your body.
Right? It's making
the GLP-1 in semaglutide does, the GLP-1 in Tirzepatide does, the glucagon is another hormone that occurs in your body.
They just don't last very long
What
in
has
your
happened
body,
is
naturally.
these have been developed to mimic those with a longer half-life. It's 5 to 7 days. So are we worried? No. I'm not going to tell you should never be worried. You pick up any, and I do mean any drug you're taking right now, and read the little fold-out sheet, and it's terrifying.
Yeah,
there's always risks.
Read it for Advil and Tylenol. GLP-1s are produced naturally in your body every time you eat. Every time you eat something. And they can last anywhere from 1 to 5 minutes. Not a very long amount of time, right? So when we take these GLP-1s, when we inject them, or now we can, with the Wegovy pill, we can take them orally. Those GLP-1s last in our body with a half-life of 5 days. So days 1 through 5, you're feeling the full effects, and then it drops off days 5, 6, 7, right? And then you take your next shot on day 7. So it's something that your body produces anyway. You're just giving your body more of it.
Vicky Dombrask 7326 says, thank you for the video. The last couple of days regarding the $50 Medicare program, you make things so much less confusing and easy to understand. Well, thank you very much. My Life with Keely Eddy. So Keely, if you do not follow her, go follow her as well. She has a YouTube channel. She's British. She has done very well on the medications. I think we have an interview set up with her in a month or two. And I think if I've commented on a couple of her lives, you've lost like 80 or 100 pounds. And the challenge of being in the UK is that system is really not set up to continue to be on the medications. So she's actually testing being off the medication right now. And you can go watch her journey, and she seems to be doing pretty well with it. So let's hope that works for her. But thank you for watching, Keely. We appreciate seeing you.
Jeannie, like I dream of Jeannie. Thank you. Sometimes my brain glitches. Do. McSugary Pilot, member for 4 months. Mounjaro helped me lose 70 pounds in 12 months. Excellent.
Let's see here. Where are we? Sometimes I lose my place, so it's all good. Oh, here we go.
I woke up at 5 a.m. this morning. I don't know why. Oh, I do know why, because you were watching your phone and it had the sound on.
It did. It was really loud. I'm sorry. That's where we were, right? We did the
Genie. I dreamed Genie. Yes. At Tech We Love. Thank you, says Mochi. McChickadee Pilot. Going on a cruise, 70 pounds lighter than last year's cruise. What do you recommend for all the delicious temptations? Well, we have several videos, and we can tell you lots of good strategies. Dessert and alcohol. Mounjaro has really reduced my desire for adult beverages.
So let's start with the alcohol.
Right,
we don't buy the. I think does make. I don't remember who you cruise on, McShiggity. Seems like I should know that. We don't buy drink packages anymore. There's no way for us to. It would just be worthwhile.
We're not hitting that 5 to 6 drinks a day to make it worthwhile.
It would not be worth it for us. I will a lot of times have one drink, maybe 2, but typically not more than 1. And I will drink a mojito because I feel like it's kind of clean and crispy, and it's not, because a mojito is rum and
sugar,
and there's a little bit of sugar and lime and mint. But it's not a frozen daiquiri. It's not a whatever.
I stay away from the calorie bombs.
I will drink a Moscow Mule, which is ginger beer and vodka. I like ginger a lot. It helps my stomach. But a lot of days I don't drink anything. But I will have a drink. As far as the food goes, it's the same rules everywhere. That's the beautiful thing about learning this life. Start with your protein. Start with your protein. Start with your protein. Then eat some vegetables. And then if you are still hungry, pick up, something fun, a piece of bread, have a dessert once in a while. It's a cruise,
Well, and my rules for desserts are, I look at the desserts, like if you're on a buffet, if you're at the buffet looking at the desserts, my brain goes, wow, look at all these, JoJo's ears just went, wow, look at all these desserts. And then I really look at them and say, well, which one looks the best? Which one, if I'm going to pick one, which one would it be? And then sometimes I'm like, I don't really think I like that, or that's really, that looks kind of, or maybe I'll get a small piece of something and take 2 bites of it and be like, all right, that's good and whatever. So,
but stop there. Remember, there is no clean plate club. You do not have to eat everything. If you don't love it, don't
finish it, right? Your body is not a trash can. Right? If you get something and you don't like it, you don't have to finish it. There's no rule on that. So, and a lot of times, even when we're eating in the main dining room, you get something that you don't like, don't finish it. They'll bring you something else if you want, or if you're just done with it, you're just done with it, right? It's no big deal. So, and sometimes the portions in the main dining room can be a little smaller, and it's maybe a little bit easier to stay on track when instead of facing a giant buffet. I know can be
a lot of times on cruise ships they're smaller because they're assuming you're going to order multiple.
Yeah.
Well, we don't because it would just be
nice. There's been times maybe I want to try this Indian dish, and I also want the fish. So maybe I'm going to try a little bit of stuff, and that's fine too. Try some new things on the cruise, maybe that you don't eat. And it's so easy to eat good fruits and vegetables because there's so many of them, and they're so easy to pick good ones. Sold by Storm. Hey, Downsized. Got a great report from my doctor visit on Friday. A1C even lower, below pre-diabetes, and down 16 pounds since November 2025, about 133 pounds per week. Go Mounjaro. Disco. Dance kiss all the time, disco occasionally. Harry Styles, where are my Harry Styles fans at? Okay, the Harry Styles album came out this week, but congratulations to Sold by Storm. That is great on your A1C and on your weight loss. Congratulations. Shonda C. I am no longer on the shot due to insurance, but I finally reached Wonderland. I'm now 197.5. Today would have been my shot day. It's still in my head. Oh, I feel sad for you. It's compounding an option. It's a bit cheaper. You might check it out. But sometimes our budget constraints are what they are. So, thanks for watching. It's Darium. Please make sure to hit the like button. Thank you. Thanks, Darium. Oh, Durham, you just reminded me, the OAC conference registration went live today. So the Obesity Action Coalition Conference, which is going to be held in Orlando in July, has now opened for registration. So we'll be there. I think Durham, are you going to that, Durham? Durham told us about it last year, and he went, and we met Durham, and it was a really fun time. So we're going to go again this year.
Yep.
More on that to come.
Paul says, think you're probably right, Christopher, but have to just try a 7-pound limit. So, just that tool. That tool's always there. So
that's good. Like, yeah. All right. That's a good, stop, drop, roll. B Hall. Hello, everyone. Down 20 pounds in 7 weeks. So exciting. Yay. Still in that honeymoon period, those first 90 days, right? When it just rolls along.
Catsy Cow, do you guys ever worry that just as with some other meds that there will be some people who give it a bad name and get it banned? No, I don't. And I'll tell you.
How could they give it a bad name?
There will be people who do. There are always people who do stupid things. I don't, because I think regardless of the health benefits, just being strictly, we live in a capitalist society, and the amount of money being made off of these medications is billions and billions and billions of dollars. There's nobody that's going to get in the way of that gravy train. I promise you. It is not.
Everybody wants
anywhere.
To get on that gravy train.
Everybody's trying to get on it.
Right.
It's
banned. I mean, there's millions of people taking these medications at this point. So I think we're good. Mochi, I've lost 52 pounds since April 25th. I feel great, but my skin looks pretty bad. I've exercised and walked. I eat healthy. I'm 60. I will swap the weight loss for loose skin any day, but others look great. Well, don't be fooled, right? And so, everybody's got some loose skin. I've got it. Everybody's got it, right? So, and there's really not a lot you can do about it short of plastic surgery situation. And if you're older, it's just going to be. But
it may give it some time. Your body continues to adjust. It's not a static thing.
Right.
So it could improve a little bit. I wouldn't say a lot.
Don't discount the power of skincare, right? So I use one of those little spongy, sponge. You get some exfoliation going up in here, right? Moisturizer, find one you like. Some of them say skin tightening, and do they work? Not really, but lotion will help with maybe some of the crepiness or some of the, dryness. It'll look better. It's like putting wax on a car, right? It doesn't improve the paint job, but it looks better while it's on there, right? So, and also, you can pretty much cover arms, saggy skin, legs, saggy skin, stomach, saggy skin. You know what I mean? So, it's okay. It's fine. I know I don't like it. I know I wish I had less saggy skin, but I just, it's either deal with it or have it removed. And I don't want to have skin removal surgery because I don't hate it that much, right? To want to pay for that.
Nancy Germain says, Christopher, have you ever done an interview with Round Mound of Zepbound? Having a lot of men in my family who struggle, I really appreciate his reaching out to me.
Like
so
twice,
his name is
maybe, right? Once or twice.
His name is Charles. Charles is an ex-D1 football player that was injured. He's got a great story. He has his own channel. You guys should go check it out. Actually, I was thinking once we get back off the cruise, now it'll be another month. We'll be gone a long time. Maybe reach out and see if we can't do another one, get kind of follow up, because he's a fascinating guy.
Mm-hmm. We'll be gone, but there'll still be videos every day, and we'll still have our lives, and we'll still you won't notice a thing. So we will continue with our daily posting. Joseph says hi from Arizona. Arizona doesn't go back and forth with daylight savings time. Arizona said we're not doing it. And they don't do it. Why can't we do that in North Carolina? Why? Maybe we need to get Jeff Jackson on the case. He seems to be
the Attorney
making
General.
he seems to be making progress in lots of areas. He's our Attorney General for North Carolina. I like him. Moj says, I enjoy your information. Thank you for what you do. Well, you're welcome.
Lisa Brockington says, question, was just trying to get some clarification on your video from earlier. If our insurance is paying for our GLP-1 now, is it my understanding that they may not pay for it eventually because of Medicare? Lisa, it doesn't say anything like that in there. So that's not part of it. Is that possible? Sure, it's possible. If you're eligible for Medicare, typically eventually what'll happen is it'll become a part of Medicare Part D, which is an extra program that you have to pay for. Mm-hmm. But typically when you go to Medicare Part D, you're not doing other insurance policies. So if you're on your employer's insurance policy or whatever, they're mm-hmm. always going to defer to the government plan first. Mm-hmm. So it wouldn't, but there was nothing in that said that other insurance companies wouldn't cover it. No.
What age do you start Medicare? Is it 65?
Something like that.
65?
Mm-hmm.
We've got a while.
So no, I mean, and the reality is Laraine and I aren't eligible for Medicare at this point. We're not eligible for any insurance period that covers GLP-1s. There's not a plan we could buy in the state of North Carolina. But we're still excited about this because the option or the opportunity for Medicare to pay for these medications sets a precedent that's powerful. And typically commercial insurance, your employers pay for, that you get out of the marketplace, will follow that lead. They follow Medicare. It may take a year, it may take 2 years, however long it takes, but typically that's what sets the standard and everybody else follows. And this is, somebody was like, well, I can't believe you're paying for the old people. You know what? I'm okay with, I celebrate every time somebody can fight this disease. If it costs them $50, great. It doesn't hurt me. I want you to be better.
Well, we live in a society with roads and schools and fire and police department. I mean, we have Medicare. That's part of the society that we live in. Becky Clark, I have yo-yoed 7 pounds since December. Started 10 milligrams Zepbound a day. Fingers crossed the scale will move the right way. Miley Jane said hello to JoJo. She's hanging out with me tonight. Oh, hey, Miley Jane. So 7 pounds yo-yoing since December. All right, so you went up in dose. I take it. All right, so you know what, Becky, I know you're just hanging out. Becky Clark watches every single video. She gives me a comment on every single video. She's all over the TikTok. She's everywhere. So
if you guys are on TikTok, follow us on TikTok, The Downsized and Laraine at The Downsized.
Yes, Laraine from The Downsized, but yeah.
Leslie Davis, the Bridge program looks like a BMI of 27 with high blood pressure and high cholesterol would not meet the criteria as it did to get compounded GLP-1. What I would tell you is don't look at what was written and make any assumptions. Talk to your doctor. There were several things in there, including prediabetes, that are pretty vague diagnoses that your doctor may be able to look at that and say, yes, I can. And if the doctor can write the prescription for it, submit the authorization to the company that's managing that Bridge program for the government, then you may still be eligible. Do not assume that you can't do it. You're not a doctor. Okay?
I am not a doctor. The Diva. Thank you for all your content. I'm 35 pounds down in 5 months. I feel fantastic. GLP-1s have changed my life. That's great. Awesome. Congratulations. Yeah, I feel fantastic. In the words of Jamie Selzler, I feel great, right? Well, are you worried about side effects? I feel great. Are you worried about long-term effects? I feel great. Yeah, it's all about how we feel, our health, how it's made changes in our life. It's fantastic. Paul Robinson, thanks for your insight. Both very helpful to get your thoughts. Well, you're welcome. That's why we're here. Joseph says, have been on 10, Zepbound for 3 months, plateaued. That's not very long, Joseph. 3 months. All right. Oh, well, 10 for 3 months. Sorry. I'd probably been on it longer than 3 months. Okay. Plateaued. Going to request 12.5 dose from my doc. Okay. Hope I don't get the fatigue with increased dose.
Have you with the prior doses? I mean, I mean, I can tell you in my experience, personal experience, right? I'm an expert at me.
Glad somebody is.
Lord knows you don't pay attention. Just kidding. I once we got to it past about 5, the symptoms kind of, if I was going to have increased side effects, they would be the same thing as they were. They just reappeared for a little while and then they settled out. I never had a lot. I did have fatigue, but honestly.
Well, let's talk about fatigue. Yeah. So you have to make sure you're eating enough calories. Sometimes when you go up in dose, you're like, oh, I can't eat for, the first, little bit or whatever, and you don't eat enough. And then your body needs fuel to run on, right? So make sure you're giving your body enough fuel to run on. Make sure you're getting enough sleep. We don't talk enough about the importance of sleep, and it's paramount. You're not going to lose weight if you're not sleeping at night. It just makes it so much harder, right? And something else, you might also try making sure you're getting your water in. Are you filling up your water cup a couple times a day? Are you getting enough movement in your day, right? I like to add electrolytes to my water. Some people think it helps with fatigue. Try it, see if it works for you. If it does, great. If not,
but honestly, it sounds like it's time for you to move up, and you might. But you know what? Take a shot. You're doing great, so keep moving.
Vale Kitty, hello. I'm on GLP and now lost 40 pounds, but notice I'm going up on weight between 10 pounds up and down, but I'm almost at goal. Is this normal? Last 10 pounds are hard to get off for me.
They're hard to get off for everybody. That's not unusual.
They are. And how did you set your goal? Right? How did you set your goal? Was it the weight you were when you were 17 and in high school? Was it the weight you felt your best maybe, 20 years ago? Was it a weight that you picked off a chart that you thought sounded like a good weight for you because you've never weighed that as an adult? Talk to your doctor and make sure you've got a realistic goal, because if you, if your body's bouncing around, maybe it doesn't want you
or maybe it's time for you to go up in dose.
Maybe you need to go up in dose to get those last 4 pounds off, right?
I would also make sure that you're getting a physical and seeing your doctor, and although weight is important to all of us, and that that's the conversation. What's more important is you being healthy. So have your blood work run. Compare it to where you were when you started, because you should see marked improvements. And when you go for that annual physical, your blood pressure should be better, your cholesterol should be better. And really what you're looking for when you hit that goal weight is, am I in a healthy place with all of the indicators, not just 3 digits on the scale?
Right.
The last 10 pounds, the last 20 pounds are hard and they take a long time. And it's not to say you can't get there assuming it's a healthy weight that you and your doctor have arrived at. It's to say it's just work, and you take your shot and you get up every day and you say, I'm 40 pounds down today. Hallelujah. You get some confetti for that, because that's fabulous, and you move on and you take your shot again next week.
Yeah, I think a lot of people have a goal weight that they're trying to get to that it's going to be really hard for their body to get down that low. So that could be the case, or it could be you just need to go up in your dose. You have an important call.
Spam. I didn't make it ring. Let's turn it off.
All right. Yeah.
Let's see here. Where are we?
I don't know. Where are we? Lily, Little Bell. I'm so ready to celebrate St. Patty's. Eat first so beer doesn't fill you up before getting nutrients. Well, it's always good to eat before drinking. So, and if you're new to a GLP-1 and you're used to, celebrating with drinks on St. Patrick's Day, you might not feel the same way after you, drink on a GLP-1. It might make you sick. It might not make you feel good. It might not be appealing to you anymore. Your brain might have just turned off to it completely, or the drink you used to drink now is not appealing, but maybe a different drink is easier to tolerate. So just be careful on a GLP-1 if you're drinking, because it can affect you differently.
Yeah.
But Lily's young. She'll be fine.
Lily is young. We've interviewed Lily. Go check out Lily's interview. Let's see here.
Elizabeth Petrie. Mom's primary says there's not enough research on the GLP-1s. Okay, not enough. They cause stomach lining problems. I've not heard that one. And you gain the weight back.
There is a small piece of research.
How can I talk sense into them?
Yeah, there is a small piece of research out there that just came out a few weeks ago that talks about stomach lining problems.
Oh, yeah?
But let me tell you about the research, because we didn't cover it and we're not going to cover it.
I guess you didn't think it was important.
No, I did not.
And why didn't you think it was
because
important?
It is a 6-week study on 12 rats.
Oh my goodness.
And what
sounds like a short study on non-humans and not very many of them.
And what they found was that it wasn't even all GLP-1s. It was the snack technology and the Wegovy pill was causing some stomach lining issues for rats.
Say, how is an injection going to affect your stomach lining?
In a very short study on a very small amount of rats. First of all, injectables don't actually go through the stomach, right? It goes directly into your body. So is it possible that the orals could do that for you? Sure, follow the instructions exactly, and they've done the clinical research, and it should be fine. It sounds like it's time for your mom to find another doctor than me.
Enough research. I mean, these have been through. Eli Lilly spent, I don't know, $1 gazillion on these clinical trials, on several clinical trials. Novo Nordisk has been making Ozempic for the past 20 years. I mean, that just sounds like a doctor that doesn't want to learn about them, unfortunately. Find another doctor. I know that's hard. And your sister and you have done great on GLP-1s. Some people are just you're just wasting your breath, as my mom used to say. You know what I mean? Like, they either are gonna want to learn about it or they're just not going to want to hear about it. So
let's see. SHVC says, given the decreased appetite and increased filling of fullness with less food, are you able to meet your protein needs without protein powder? If so,
yeah.
Would you be willing to share how? I don't eat any protein powder, protein drinks. I don't eat any protein added foods. If you want to actually have cooking videos out there, you can go. I really start with meat, honestly.
You can eat chicken for breakfast. Yeah, it's fine.
Chicken, pork, beef. It doesn't matter. Any beef.
High protein.
And mostly we grill, roast. There's no frying or anything like that. And then we eat vegetables. If you're early in the process, and Laraine always hates it when I say this, you may need to eat multiple smaller meals. And it's just a function of you're going to get full so quickly that in order to get the calories you need to sustain your life and to get your protein, maybe you need to say, I'm going to eat 5 times a day, and it's just a few bites, and it is what it is. I would tell you also, there's nothing magic about that 24-hour day. If you didn't quite get the protein you need one day, you can have it the next day. There's no that clock ticking. You don't. It's not a race. It doesn't really matter.
My points expire at midnight. I have to eat all my calories.
And a lot of the doctors we say they're really looking at a weekly goal, right? They're kind of saying we're trying to make sure that you have the right nutrition to maintain your health and your wellness and maintain your muscle and do everything.
Now we're also 2.5 years in.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so at the beginning, I am quite sure that I was not eating enough of anything, let alone protein or enough calories in general. It's hard. And at the beginning, that's where, I say, if you can't get enough nutrition in your body, try a protein shake, because that way you could at least, absorb some nutrition. Did I eat any protein supplement today? I poured a little bit of a Premier Protein shake in my coffee, about a half of one, which I use Premier Protein instead of coffee creamer. So that's my substitute, something with no nutrition for something with protein in it. But throughout the day, no. I mean, I usually eat Kashi cereal, the high protein version. We drink Fairlife milk that has a higher protein level. I think for lunch, I had some leftover from the bridal shower chicken kebabs, which I put into a salad. And I added a piece of cheese on there for extra protein. And then for dinner, what do we have? We had like a chicken. We had this chicken dish that, yeah. So did I have any snacks today?
Not that I know of.
I don't think so. I usually don't think about snacks. So when he says eat, multiple smaller meals,
oh no,
it's
an intentional thing. It's not a matter of thinking about it. It's a matter of you're not getting the nutrition you need to be healthy. You need to schedule it.
Well,
and
all right,
make it happen. Now, don't force yourself. Don't make you sick.
Right.
You're sick.
That's
not a good thing either.
Right. So every time you eat, you should be having something with protein in it, and eat that protein first. Right. I've heard multiple dietitians say this. I've heard multiple doctors say this. Eat your protein first. And if you're going to have a snack, it needs to have some protein in it, like a string cheese or a yogurt, or I'm at a loss, but you guys can fill in the blanks there. There's a lot of protein things that aren't powders or shakes or bars. Just Alone one. Hello from Montana. Thank you for all the great information. I'm on shot 14 of Zepbound 7.5, down 54.5 pounds, feeling great. Awesome. Well, congratulations. Sounds awesome. Montana. We've never been to Montana.
No.
Just checking there. I don't know. Had a long delayed response.
Did I put a Megan comment up? Because I feel like I missed Megan's comment.
Megan, Small Things Daily?
Small Things Daily,
no.
Yes.
And
I lost some comments in here. Megan was going for a walk. So hello, Small Things Daily. That's Barb's daughter. She has a channel. Go subscribe to her channel too. She's fabulous. She's coming on the cruise. Hello, Megan. I just realized sometimes when I go back and forth, things get lost, and
it's hard to find good help.
I know. What are you gonna do?
Amy Joy says, "Thank God I love chicken, or I'd be out of luck with the protein requirements." Yeah, we eat a lot of chicken too. That's when we go out, or like when we're on a cruise or on vacation, something, I'll get not chicken because we eat so much chicken at home.
I don't buy chicken out.
Yeah, so I'll eat fish, or I'll get steak, or I'll get anything but chicken. We eat a lot of chicken at home. Conversations with Shelly. Is there anything that can be used topical to address the loss of fat in the face?
Nope.
No. So I noticed like right here, probably can't see, but my face is definitely like those fat pads, right? Just kind of.
But the thing about it is, it will adjust over time, and as you get through the weight loss process, you may get a little sunken to begin with, and get that. Oh, it absolutely does get that sort of sunken, but your body will adjust to it, and it'll shift, and you'll fill back in a little bit here and there, and it'll move. Things move around. It's crazy.
Well, I'm going to be 57 this month, so my skin is not the same as it was when I was 35 and 80 pounds overweight, right? It's just not the same. Now, that being said, skincare, like you need to have a skincare regimen that you do every day. You need to make sure you're removing your makeup before you go to bed at night. You need to be using some maybe retinol creams on your face. Ask your dermatologist, right? Or your doctor what's right for you. But at a minimum, you should be taking your makeup at night, washing your face before you go to bed. I listened to a whole podcast.
Sometimes I put on Kiss makeup before I go to bed.
Well, I mean, I use Rodan and Field, so I'm a consultant. You can buy it through me if you want. I don't really sell it anymore, but I use Rodan and Field. So it's a wash, it's a toner, and it's a moisturizer. I have a day moisturizer, I have a night moisturizer, I have an eye cream. Really, that's the basics, right? So, if you have a consistent skincare routine, you will see better skin. But I mean,
but the fat, no, there's not.
At some point, it's going to be like a Botox situation, right? I've never done Botox or fillers. might at some point, and that might be something to address.
Hello, Camaro Dust. Thank you for being a member. And yes, Chris, I did take my shot.
Bitchin' Camaro, I ran over my neighbor. Do you know that song, Camaro Dust, by the Dead Milkmen? It's called Bitchin' Camaro. It's a great song. Moj526 says, I'm afraid of not being able to get my compound Tirzepatide. Why? I have a normal A1C, and I do not qualify for insurance coverage. What do you think the future looks like for compounds? Let me look into my crystal ball. I think we're fine. Don't, you know what? Do we know what's going to happen 5 years from now, 10 years from now? No. Am I on compounded? Yes. Do I want compounded to continue? Yes, I do.
But let's back it up. So I can tell you what I think short term. I think in the next year, compounding is not going away. I think there may be some companies that get in trouble because they have some less reputable practices, and they probably should get in trouble.
Yeah.
What's going to happen 5 years from now, 10 years from now? Well, I can tell you what I believe there. I believe that there will be another 5-10 drugs out from major drug manufacturers, and the cost of these drugs will come down because of competition.
Right.
And many of the telehealth companies that are selling compounded pharmacies will no longer sell compounded drugs because they will not need to, because they will have 20 options at reasonable prices. So to me, it has nothing to do about who made it, whether it's Eli Lilly, Merck, Pfizer, Joe's compounding for. I don't care. What I want is access to the medication at a reasonable price and for it to be safe. And I think that's only going to get better. It's not going to get worse.
Right. So as we have more competition, hopefully that drives the price of the medications down. And the prices of the medications have come down, the brand names, even the compounds have come down in the past 2.5 years that we've been taking them. So I hope that trend continues. And honestly, if the big pharma wanted everybody to stop using compound, well, just drop your price to what the compounding pharmacies are charging, and then everybody will just buy the brand name, right? Or not. But I mean, at some point, those prices are going to become equal, and I figure that'll happen while compounding is still accessible. Ground Dust. Chris, I heard your excellent report on Medicare $50 talk today. The bridge. And starting January 1st, 27, the Medicare Balance Program and the prior authorizations. Everybody go watch, after this, go watch Christopher's video that he posted.
Linda Bookmiller.
I can't see something's cut off. I can't see the words. What's happening? I can't read it.
Well, there you go. It says it's reported Retta will be the first trillionaire dollar drug. I haven't seen, I don't really believe that, Linda. I really don't. I think the challenge.
Everybody's going to want it. I don't know if everybody's going to be able to get it.
Yeah, I think the challenge when retatrutide comes to market is the way Lilly is positioning it is you're going to have a very high BMI or a lot of comorbidities, and it's going to be very expensive. They're building a portfolio of drugs that retatrutide is the top tier, the most efficacious.
Retatrutide.
Or retatrutide is the way I'm always going to say
it. I know, too.
And then you have Tirzepatide, and then you have orforglipron when it comes out, and then they'll have there's an amylin that'll come out as that's Nova. There's an amylin, a lorilinitide that'll come out. I don't know that retatrutide is going to be prescribed enough to be that big of a drug. I really don't. I do think orforglipron could well be prescribed enough because I think its price point's going to come in and it's going to open it up to some bottom tiers of the BMI. So you might be, at 27 with comorbidities, whereas there's probably nobody under 35 to 40 that's going to get retatrutide if you don't have comorbidities.
But we don't know because it's not out.
No, we just don't know. But Dave Ricks has talked about the strategy, so although the details may adjust, they've stated the strategy. There's nothing.
It's the old good, better, best strategy from retail, right? Yeah, and I mean, orforglipron, I would think the market would be enormous for that because take this pill once a day, any time of day, and lose 12% of your body weight. okay, like who wouldn't who wouldn't want to be on that? 74% of America could be on that right now. So yeah, these drugs are definitely, I mean, Eli Lilly is making what, $5 billion a quarter on, their overall, with Zepbound being the majority of those profits. So who knows what retatrutide's going to do for them. Little Bell says it's great to remember skin weighs too. At some point, the loose skin or extra skin will weigh more than any extra fat. So those plateaus might be just that. The skin weight takes time or surgery to remove. Yeah, that loose skin does weigh something. Good to remember. Darium, I'm planning to attend your Weight Matters in Orlando unless work disagrees with me. Yay, Darium, we'll see you there. Did you see an international conference on obesity in Paris? What do we do in November? Is that the week of Thanksgiving?
That might be Thanksgiving, yeah.
I mean,
you're not going to Paris.
We could take Mom to Paris.
You're not leaving your mom by herself.
We can take Mom to Paris. Leave my sister here.
We could take Carol to Paris. Sure.
That's cool. That's cool. It's like a business expense, right? Oh wow, sounds fantastic. I'll have to look into that, Darren. Thank you. Catsy Cow, I really think that just from helping prevent all of the obesity-related other diseases, that these meds will save a ton of money on healthcare overall.
I think you're right long term. The challenge of the way our system is set up, right?
November 23rd.
Is
keep talking.
We're essentially driven by the capital markets. We're driven by Wall Street, and Wall Street requires quarterly reports. Quarterly reports require quarterly earnings and require those numbers to go up every time. So they're really trying to deliver to 2 months from now, 3 months from now. They don't care about 5 years from now, about 10 years from now. Somebody else will be in charge then. It does not matter. So until we begin to adjust our system a little bit to look at those longer term benefits, it's not to say they wouldn't still be profitable, but to look at the longer term benefits, it's going to be hard to take that step back and say, we should do this because it's better long term. And honestly, that's where government programs probably have to come into play for us, because they are supposed to be acting for the better good. Honestly, this could be argued that there's a national defense reason for this, right? That we just do not have the readiness. If 74% of America have overweight or obesity, are we ready to defend ourselves?
Mm-hmm. They don't celebrate Thanksgiving in England. I guess they don't celebrate it in France either. Sandy Murphy, $9.99. As always, thanks for all you do. Thanks, Sandy Murphy, for your super chat. That's very nice of you. Sandy Murphy is also a member of Club Downsized. You can learn more about that if you hit that join button. Do it later, not now, because you'll go somewhere else. But thank you, Sandy. We appreciate you.
Let's see.
Now you've lost your place, right?
It happens all the time. Oh, I got it.
Okay.
I got it. Let's see here.
April's Journey. Hello. Good evening. I have challenges because I'm on insulin and Mounjaro 12.5 at the moment. Weight loss slow.
Yeah, it happens.
Yeah. Yeah. You've got some other things going on there. So your body has a lot it needs help with right now. Anthony. CD, do you remember what you were going to answer to my question last week with Jamie? What you would have done differently if you had the meds and were this health weight back in your 20s or earlier?
Well, that's the challenge. So I was. So I didn't gain weight. 20s. I didn't really. Yeah. I wasn't skinny, but I was just average. I didn't gain weight until my early 30s, and really, it's been the last 27 years of just packing pounds on. Left and right. But really, I mean, I could show you going back when we got married when I was 34, 35, I had started gaining weight, and you could kind of see it in my, I was bigger, but I wasn't small in my 20s. So now my parents were big, and I would have loved to have seen them be healthier, and that would have been life-changing, because honestly, they'd probably still be alive. But yeah. So
when we met, he was considering going to cooking school.
Yeah.
We met when, I don't know how old I was, 32, 33, somewhere in there. What year did we get married? 22 years ago. That's 26 minus 22.
Miss Martinez says, on Semastatin, I read it reduces natural GLP-1s. Does this counteract with Zepbound?
What's that?
This is where we're not doctors, and I don't actually know the answer to that. I'm sorry.
Don't have any information on that.
So what I would tell you is, if those statements are true and it reduces, and I don't know if they are or not, the way Zepbound works as a GLP-1 is it comes in and mimics those. So there's no way for it to reduce that. But I would talk to your doctor about interactions and things, because we don't know the answer to that question. Black Squirrel 14133, after a year on Wegovy, then a year paying for compound, I just got insurance to approve Zepbound, $40 a month copay. Good for you.
Party! It's like winning the lottery. Awesome. That's an awesome copay. I have a dream that someday everyone can pay $40 a month copay or less. Heck, I'd set for $100 copay or less. Anthony, it's true. I was one of the rats in the study. One of the 6 with the snack technology, eating your stomach lining. Camaro Desk. I've heard, and I can't remember where, that up to 90% of the active ingredient that aids weight loss in the stomach acid, and only 10% really gets into the gut. I'm staying on the shot to save my stomach. So when you take the Wegovy pill.
So sort of is the answer. So what happens is it's not even really the stomach acid. So when your body enters the digestive system from the very point, so you have saliva, right? And at every point on the way down,
it's degrading
it degrades the bioavailability of the GLP-1.
Semaglutide.
And it's not that it creates some bad thing. It just doesn't work. It's not.
It just becomes inactive.
It just becomes inactive.
Your body neutralizes some of the semaglutide.
No, they ran it through clinical trials. There's no, for the vast majority of people, there's no big deals. It didn't even really show a lot more nausea or anything like that.
No liver.
Honestly, if I were doing this again, we would probably start on this. If I walked in and the doctor said, "Hey, $149."
Okay.
Who wouldn't
do that?
I do believe there will be many, many people that are successful with it.
I mean, I've bought other pills on the internet for weight loss.
Now, would I change from the shot today? No, I wouldn't do that. But if I were starting, I would.
Yeah, for sure. And especially for the people who say, "Oh, well, the shot, that seems really serious." But a pill, I take a pill for other things. A pill for weight loss sounds easy.
Ann Quitman said, "Missed the start of this video. Question: will you have your weekly weigh-in this Friday as well?
Yes.
And how did last Friday's stream work for?" So first of all, the weigh-ins are not streamed, so this is actually live and happening right now.
We're streaming now.
At March 11th, 8:38. The weigh-ins are all pre-recorded.
But we usually record them the day that they go live. Or the day before.
Yeah. And we record those and then they post at 5 o'clock or whatever time I post them at. And it's fine. I mean, I think there was a few people who were confused, but basically for our schedule, the way it's going to look for probably the next 6 months, it's significantly easier for us to do it on Friday. So it's going to be on Friday indefinitely until I say it's going to be some other day.
Spring and summer Fridays, just like at work when we got to leave it at noon for summer Fridays. Well, and we have our Downsized news, which people love the news, right, Mindy? Right, Darren? People love the news. People do love our Downsized news program, and that comes out on Monday, and that takes a lot of time to produce and edit. It takes a lot. So they were kind of like 2 big segments that were kind of like
sitting on top of each other,
crunching up and causing us undue stress. When I say causing us stress, I mean causing my editor stress. So that's why we just kind of need to even out our workload a little bit. So we appreciate y'all tuning in on Friday. So make sure you hit the subscribe button and you can turn on that notification bell. So every time we post a video, you'll get notified. And so, you don't have to worry about remembering, just hit that notification bell.
Not Me says, if covered by insurance, can you switch from the 4 auto injectors to the quick pen? So that's an evolving situation. Right now, you can absolutely get the quick pen if you pay cash through Lilly Direct.
Right.
There is some reports, and I haven't met anyone who's actually done it yet, but there is some reports that some of the insurance formularies are now showing
Did Lily
the
get
quick
the
pen.
Lil Bell?
I think she pays for hers, but she's on.
But
so
she was on the this, and then she went to the
I
quick
think
pen,
she's
right?
paying cash for hers, but I could be wrong.
Tell us, Lily.
Tell us, Lily. But there are some reports that it's coming. So I do think it's going to happen. Whether it's happened yet for your drugstore and your formulary, that remains to be
Your
seen.
insurance, yeah.
I would ask. You can certainly
call
ask.
your insurance company. Although to get Blue Cross Blue Shield is you have to pack your patients in about a couple hours of waiting time for sure. Patty Z 5011. I'm having blood work tomorrow and it is shot day. Should I take the shot after the blood work?
It doesn't matter.
I mean, you should definitely ask your doctor. I don't know if it matters or not, but I would ask your doctor. Maybe just take it after your blood work. I don't know. I would hate to. I don't know the answer to that. Bell Kitty, thanks. I will get my blood work. I'm 44 years old woman, 5 feet tall. So charts say I must be under 127, but my goal is 130. All right. Oh, I think we were talking about the 10 pounds. I mean, that sounds like a fine.
It just may take a little while. It's
maybe you need a higher dose. Molly Lindy, can you please expand on a description of inflammation? Right? I'm not sure I understand when you describe the inflammation reduction.
So before she does this, what I would tell you is she filmed an entire video about inflammation. So we have 1,000 videos, actually more than 1,000 videos up there.
Yeah.
If you use the search bar, there's about a 25-minute video that goes into great detail on inflammation and the research around it.
I did some, because I wanted to know that too. Like, what do people mean? Like, I feel the inflammation leaving my body. Like, what does that really mean? There's inflammation. You can have inflammation in your brain. You can have inflammation in your joints. You can have inflammation in your all muscle. Like there's a lot of points in your body that can hold. And it's I'd have to go back and watch the video myself now. But it's there. I don't know what I'm trying to say.
There are markers in your body that can do it. Most people associate the changes with inflammation with the reduction in fluid, so swelling goes down or redness goes down, but it goes deep. It goes all the way to the cellular level.
Like I used to have rosacea. My skin was always very red and inflamed, and it's really calmed down. I had some other, skin like eczema type conditions completely gone. Like joint pain seems to go away. Knee pain seems to lessen. So watch that video. I'll have to go back and watch it again myself. It was a while back. Valerie Scruggs says, registered for OAC conference in Orlando. Oh, good, Valerie. Looking forward to meeting Florida Downsized peeps. All right.
Above Alice Love 1, any thoughts on coffee? Yes.
I like it.
It is the elixir of the gods, and I drink it every day. A lot of it. I do not like flavored coffees, maybe a little hint of vanilla once in a while. I'm not even really a Starbucks guy. I don't care much. I'll drink that. It does, but we have a nice coffee maker. I make coffee every morning, and I drink a lot, honestly.
Well, we don't make more than a pot a day.
No.
So, I mean, I have maybe 2 or 3 cups in the morning, and that's
the challenge today of coffee is if you're one of those people who goes to Starbucks or 7 Brew or whatever,
gets all the sweet
and you come back and it's really a milkshake with all that stuff. Be careful what you're drinking there, because you're drinking a lot of calories.
I don't want to drink calories, right? And I always used to say I'm not drinking calories unless it's wine. Now I'm not really a big wine drinker anymore, but you don't want to drink your calories, right? I like chewing. I like to chew my calories. So make sure when you're drinking your coffee, you're not putting a bunch of other stuff in it.
And coffee is a vegetable, so it's fine.
So is chocolate. By that
also a vegetable. Yeah, for sure.
I heard it on the Downsized. It must be true. Just kidding. Camaro Dusk, you guys are so much better than doctors. You know what? We've talked to some really cool doctors.
We have. There's a
lately.
bunch of good doctor interviews coming up.
Yeah, kind of makes me want to go to medical school, but not really because I couldn't handle.
Sounds like a lot of work.
Yeah, no, I don't think I have the stomach for it. Coffee is great, Darium says. Coffee can be a very good part of your day, right? Caffeine, it gives you some brain benefits and some, energy boost, and you just don't want to drink it. Like a lot of people, if they drink it in the afternoon, it affects their sleep. You don't want to do that.
I can drink it anytime.
You can drink it anytime.
I can have a cup right now.
He drinks espresso when we're out.
I do.
At night.
Double espresso.
I cannot. SHVC4CL, thanks so much for replying to my question. I'm only on week 3, so really appreciate the input. What was their question?
I don't remember.
Sorry, but thanks for asking.
They have that catchy name. So
I know. I don't remember seeing that name. Am I in a time warp? Have I switched timelines? Cat see Cal. I have a sharp face. I think it looks cool. Yeah, like I never like my I can see my collarbones. Like I never used to see, like my purse my shoulders are kind of sloped anyway, but when I was heavier, I could never keep a purse on my shoulder. It would just slide right off. And now I'm kind of bony there. And I'm bony where I never knew there were bones before. Yeah, that's cool, right? Awesome.
Nancy Germains has got a text from a GLP-1 friend. If you use Groupon, they have a deal for a body comp deck scan for $75. Probably not in all areas, but worth a look. Groupon's always a good place. Those are typically local sales, so probably not. And I don't know where you live, Nancy, but it's always a good place to look. A lot of times they have coupons for that. Black Squirrel says, "Bitch and Camaro."
I ran over my neighbor. If I happen to run you down, please don't leave a scratch. Jude says, I finally broke my 3-month plateau. I'm finally in the 160s. Don't give up, people. Hey, Jude. Take a good thing and make it better. Awesome.
Rosemary says, question, doctor told me to try splitting my dose of 2.5 Tirs, 1.25 and 1.25 the last 2 days. Before shot, I'm experiencing nausea and exhaustion, not in beginning, but at end of week, 14th week in. What's your thoughts? Well, first thought is we're not a doctor.
Don't agree with that.
We're not doctors.
Okay.
If you are experiencing a lot of side effects, very often the reason there is alternate dosing is because doctors are trying to help you with those side effects. That being said, typically 2.5, you want to stay on 2.5. The challenge of splitting doses is you never fully get to the full strength of the medication, so you won't get the full efficacy, right? So it's because you're only really staying at 1.25. So you have to decide, but ultimately the goal is you need to stay on treatment. So if that's what it takes to stay on treatment, then I would try that if that's what your doctor said.
It sounds to me, in my non-medical, non-professional opinion, that a 2.5 milligram, not milliliter, dose might be too high for you.
Well, that's why they're having them split.
Right. And some people are very sensitive to that. So maybe, I don't know about splitting into 1.25 and 1.25, but maybe you need 1.25 once a week, or maybe you need 2 milligrams every 7 days.
I would try what your doctor said personally.
Well, but if you're splitting it, you're really still getting that same 2.5 milliliter dose. You're not ramping up, but you're at such a low level anyway. You've got nausea and exhaustion. You probably just need a lower dose. So you can't, it's not, this doesn't come any lower, right? So you have to go to like a Lilly vials or a compounded vial situation. But I mean, try it. Try your doctor's recommendation and see if it helps. Now, make sure you're getting enough sleep. Talking about the exhaustion, drinking enough water. Maybe try adding electrolytes. Ask your doctor about that. And the nausea, they can also prescribe something for you. But if you're 14 weeks in and still having that nausea, Like your body's not adjusting to that dose. It seems like your dose is too high to me.
Cryptosi.
You didn't read Sandy's comment.
Oh,
She's going to yell about this at the gym to me if you don't.
Hold
You
on.
just skip her
I
on
thought
by.
I did.
Lipitor was $500 in the 80s. Is that what it says?
Oh.
Sandy, he did it again. Lipitor is $500 without insurance in the early 1980s. Generic is now $10 or less. Really? I guess Lipitor is a statin, right? A blood pressure or cholesterol is Lipitor.
Cryptosi says, I want to try Retta Gray Market. Test it.
Don't do it.
How would I transition from Mounjaro? So you're new here, obviously. We don't endorse or talk about Gray Market. I'm not telling you shouldn't do it. I'm not telling you to judge you. I am telling you to be incredibly careful and safe. And thank goodness you're having that tested. We don't have any knowledge about how to help you with that. And we don't recommend. That's just not something we would do. There are channels out there that can assist you with that, but that is not what we do. Really, our goal is to help just the average everyday person who goes to their doctor, who needs to lose weight and try to get healthier. They're probably going to get a prescription filled at a drugstore or a telehealth. So it's just not what we do.
Retatrutide is not legally, commercially available at this point. It's in clinical trial testing still. So if you're buying Retatrutide, you're buying it illegal. That's what Gray Market is. It's not legal. And you'll probably get a vial that says not for human consumption. So if you have something that says not for human consumption and you're injecting it into your body, I mean, that is definitely at your own risk. And I would not do that. And I would not advise you to do that.
Let's see here. Nancy says, Little Bill, have you done a downsized dish with Laraine? Yes, she has. Go search for her. Her name is Lily.
Lily.
You can find it.
Mm-hmm. She's one of our younger viewers. I think she like mid-20s, mid-late 20s, and she's a engineer. So she, looks at things in a very logical, numbers-oriented way. Chicago Steve, hadn't seen you in a while, Chicago Steve. Praying Medicare covers my 12.5 milligrams Zepbound while on maintenance.
Yeah, we'll just have to see how it works out. The challenge is there's still not enough detail to know how this is going to all work out. I suspect if your doctor will write the prescription for it and show need, that it will probably be covered. But until people are actually able to start doing this, we don't really know. Becky Clark says, I figured that Eli Lilly would have done their GLP-1 pill on the market. I'm surprised it's not out yet. Well, so it's submitted to the FDA.
Waiting on FDA
And they
approval.
have, what's the number? Millions of dollars worth of medication.
Oh, they're ready to go.
I mean, it's sitting in a warehouse.
They've made it. It's manufactured.
It's all sitting there. So as soon as the FDA
as soon as they say go,
ooh,
it's coming to a CVS near you, right? So, Eli Lilly wants to have that out. We're all just waiting on the FDA. Vanessa Successa. Hey, Vanessa. Hey, Durham's 12 weeks until the Downsized cruise. Woo, woo. Can't wait. My goal is to be pretty close to maintenance by then. 77 pounds down as of today. Excited to see everyone again.
So last year when Vanessa came on the cruise, she had really just started. Yeah. So if you watch, I did a video where I interviewed like 20 or 30 people and asked them what their tip
on the
was.
Cruise you interviewed.
And I interviewed Vanessa, and Vanessa's tip was find a good doctor and get a new doctor if you can't. Now I'm paraphrasing.
Remember that?
I don't know, but I'm paraphrasing. But that was her tip, and I still get people come back and comment, and that's a great piece of advice. So 77 pounds down.
Awesome, Vanessa. That is fantastic. I can't wait to see you.
If you haven't booked yourself for the cruise, there is still time. So the cruise is June 4th through the 8th. We'll have 70 to 100 people, all who are at some point on their GLP-1 journey. Last year, we had somebody who had just started.
Vanessa.
And we had, Vanessa had just started. We had people on maintenance. Most people don't know each other. This is a very open crowd. We do get to know you games. We film videos. We go on excursions. We dance. We have dinner together. We do all sorts of fun things. You get lots of Downsized swag, lanyards and bags and T-shirts and all kinds of fun stuff. So we would love to have you. If you'd like to be a part of the cruise, you can go to our website at thedownsized.org. There's more information. You can speak to our travel advisors, Kelly and Roberta, and we will be sailing from Miami, Florida, June 4th through the 8th to Nassau, Bahamas, and Royal Caribbean's private island of the Perfect Day at Coco Cay, which if you've ever seen their commercial and saw the big fancy island with the water slides and the beaches and all that, that's where we're going.
We won't be going on the water slides because that
I
costs
may
extra.
go on the water slides. I don't know.
Extra.
I can go all the way up those steps now.
Well,
so
you certainly can. I think the excursion that we booked is for Nassau. We're going to do it's through Royal Caribbean. It's a snorkeling excursion, like a 3-hour thing.
On those days you can do it. You can come with us, or you
And
can
that's
do whatever
optional.
you want to
Yeah,
do.
you can come. Yeah. So
But that's awesome. But wait a minute, did I give Vanessa confetti? I don't remember.
I don't know, but here's some more.
Here's some more. I don't remember if I did. So
Awesome.
Confetti is free. So let's see here.
Cat C Count. Well, keeping it a little slower and foggy is probably good because you also do not want all the other meds to get weird and try to cause problems. Now, I don't know what we're talking about.
Hard to say.
Sorry, Cat. Lost the train of thought. I am not Janny. Okay. My insurance stopped covering GLP-1. Where can I get Zepbound, the cheapest? Can someone answer, please? I'm looking to buy Zepbound.
So if you want branded Zepbound, and then I'll let Laraine. Okay, the cheapest way you're going to buy it is through Lilly Direct. And they have both the vials and the quick pens. And I can't quote you the price because I don't remember them. Somebody on here, but if you go to lilydirect.com, that is the cheapest price. You will get the branded Zepbound. If you want compounded medication through a telehealth company, which is Tirzepatide, which is the ingredient that's in Zepbound. How much weight have you lost with compounded Tirzepatide?
I've lost over 50 pounds on compounded Tirzepatide.
And I've lost 100 pounds, and I've used compounded Tirzepatide, Zepbound, and Mounjaro. It all work the same for me. Who do you use?
We use Mochi Health for our compounded Tirzepatide. It'll come in a little vial like this. You'll have a month's supply of liquid in here. I don't have a insulin needle handy, but it comes with
Jojo knocked it on the floor
an insulin needle. You draw your medication, and then you inject it once a week. Mochi, if you use my link and my code, which are in the description, you can save $40 off your first order. And the compounded Tirzepatide through Mochi Health is $199 a month, and then you also have to pay them a $79 a month membership fee. So that's pretty much the cheapest that I've found, and I've used them for 2 years, so I can recommend them. Anna says, Laraine, what am I chopped live?
I think you were talking about Becky.
Oh, sorry, Anna. Anna Hoover also watches every single episode. She comments, hello, Durham, hello, Laraine, hello, CDLD on every single episode. So if you want to be cool like Anna Hoover and Becky, all you have to do is just subscribe to the Downsized, watch our videos, and leave us a comment on every episode. And then we will know your name as well as we do Anna Hoover and Becky. So question, this is from SHBC4CL. Looks like a compound, like a NaCl, anyway. Week 3 on Zepbound, doctor took me off blood pressure meds because mine got low. That happened to Christopher. Can you talk your blood? Yeah, Christopher can't. What do you do to normalize it? You have to monitor it.
So I have a blood pressure cuff, and I take my blood pressure every day. Yeah. I had been on blood pressure medications for 20 years, something like that. It didn't. So some people do see that drop initially. I didn't see that drop initially. I saw it with the weight loss.
Yeah.
To where eventually I had to go down in half because I was just about to pass out, and eventually, basically, I've come off of it. I had a few little incidents here and there, but you're never going to completely defeat genetics with blood pressure. But so watch it. I mean, I take my blood pressure every day. I talk to my doctor. I can put it in my chart, and if it's not looking good, I'll shoot him a note or whatever. But yeah, I mean, for me, it was not the medication causing it. It was the weight loss causing it. Right. So if you're having the side effect where the blood pressure is being lowered by the medication, just titrate slowly. make sure you stay in touch with your doctor, and your body should become adjusted to it. It should be just like any of the other side effects. It shouldn't continue through all doses. No, it shouldn't get worse as you go up.
We have a blood pressure cuff on our Amazon store that you use. If you go to the downsized.org and click on store, you can see some products that we've used on this journey. But yeah, he takes his blood pressure measurement every day, every couple days.
Well,
Do you take it you take it when we travel? Do you take your, no, because it's pain.
I don't do that.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, the dude, CHT's here, just made it. Okay. Well, we're 2 hours in, so we're about to wrap it up, but thanks for joining us. Rosemary Oren says, why you both ever stand up and show us how great you look? You're always sitting. I'm curious. Thanks for the inspiration.
If you watch the cooking shows, we're standing up.
Ta-da!
Yeah, if you watch the cooking shows, we're standing up. So,
yeah. So I also did videos where I'm in my workout clothes, like, you know, doing dance routines and doing chin-ups.
If you look for the cruise videos, there's all kinds of videos too. But there's more than 1,000 videos. The odds of seeing us in every way, shape, and form are out there.
We show a lot of times some full length before and after pictures. I haven't taken any after pictures in a while. So, but yeah, I went from 193 pounds to 143 pounds. Today I weigh 146 pounds. So I'm a 5'5", 56-year-old mom of 3 kids. So, you know, I'm not, and at that weight, I'm actually on the edge of like normal and creeping up on the high end of normal. Right. So I'm never going to be a little skinny mini. I've always worked out. I have muscle. I don't want to be like super skinny. I want to be strong and healthy and fit. So training for 80, right? Age 80. Nancy says, I almost forgot, keep up with the shorts. I asked my nieces who have a channel if the shorts helped them. They said yes, but it took quite a while. Eventually it paid off. I do occasionally do the YouTube shorts. You can find them on our channel. They're just little blurbs, like as I talk to people at the gym, or I have a thought that I want to, share. But it's usually our videos are maybe 5 minutes or longer, and the shorts are like 3 minutes or under. So
the challenge of shorts is really what we do in our audience. You guys really doesn't lend itself to shorts. We'll keep doing them. We play with them, and
that's what's on TikTok.
We've got stuff on TikTok now, and we try all kinds of stuff. Do I think it's ever going to be a huge success because of shorts? No, I do not.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Let's see here. Amy Benedict says, question, there was some talk a while back about Lilly getting approval for multi-dose vials of Zepbound. Have you heard anything more on that? So they did get approval for multi-dose vials at the same time they got approval for quick pens. It's basically,
has anybody gotten them
yet? No, they're not for sale, and I haven't heard anything about them being for sale.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't know that they're going to go on sale anytime soon.
Seems like more trouble to manufacture and
no, I think it's easier to manufacture, honestly, because
they're more bulky. I mean, if you had so. I
think if Lilly wanted to come out with a truly hot price and really go to market with this, that they would need multi-dose vials to do that, because they can outsource vial production to any of 1,000 plants around the world. Vials have been produced for 100 years.
No, it's not a problem.
They could do it very quickly, and I think that's why that was added, such that if they want to all of a sudden ramp up, because they don't ever want to be in shortage again.
Oh.
They don't ever want to be in shortage
again.
That
was what caused all the compounding to take off in the first place. When the drug's in shortage, then under the FDA regulations, compounders can make an exact copy of it.
But I think as of today, they're happy with the quick pens and the regular pens and the single dose vials. And do they need another one? Nah.
Probably not, right?
No.
Yeah. Travis, LR, at 270 pounds, I couldn't be sure I had ribs or hips. Many pounds later, I discovered I did have them. I indeed did have them. Yeah, it's funny how those, I never noticed I had collarbones before, and I have like my girls were like, "You're bony right there, Mom." I'm like, "I've never been bony in my life."
Conversations with Shelley. Is there any compounding pharmacy that does GHKCU injections? I don't know what that is, Shelley. We don't really follow any of the other stuff, so
if it's not FDA approved, we're not talking about it.
I don't know
unless
what that is.
It's coming soon. You know what I mean? Like other than it might be coming soon to a drugstore near you. How do they know where I live? Crack myself up. What is that? James Gregory, that comedian. My mom used to think it was so funny. Coming soon to a theater near you. How do they know where I live? Okay. All right. Still loving Christopher's voice.
Well, gee, thanks.
Lynn Cobb loves your voice, Christopher. Becky Clark, I'm 2 videos behind today on Downsized videos. Oh, no. But I did talk GLP-1 medications to the lady who cleaned my teeth today at the dentist. Well, good for you, Becky. That's awesome. Look at you telling people about your GLP-1s. The dude CHT says if they stand up, they disappear. They are so thin. That's what Durham says. Durham, people say, I don't know. I think when you see us in person, a lot of times people go, "Oh, well, they say that to him." And then I say, "What? You're not going to say that to me too?" I don't know. I don't know. Sometimes when we're sitting, it's like, but yeah, don't worry. I'm not going to disappear, but thank you.
What time is it? It's 9:06. Okay.
Ann says, I'm still on BP meds, taking my 36th shot tonight, only on 5 milligrams. Vial, lost 52 pounds. Cool beans, Ann. You're having a great success with it. Congratulations.
Jude's dogs love my voice.
All right. Jojo just tends to ignore him.
Let's see here. Why don't you invite people to do a downsized dish? That would be delightful.
Downsized dish. Well, that says check out our website at thedownsized.org.
Go do it.
Yes. So when you go to our website at thedownsized.org, we have lots of good stuff on there in case you're tired of, watching a video and you want to look at something else, but still downsize related, right? So on the downsized.org, you can click on the downsized dish tab, fill out a downsized dish application. Then we could possibly be sending you a link to our calendar. You just pick a time that works for you. And it's just that easy. And pretty much if you've taken a GLP-1, we'd like to talk to you about your GLP-1 journey. Somebody today sent me a message and said they applied a couple times, but they hadn't heard back. And if that's you, I apologize, because I try to reply to everybody. Sometimes it does get a little hectic. So if I haven't replied to you, you can send it through again, and I'll look at it again. Also on the downsized.org, we have our Amazon store. We're Amazon affiliates, so we make a small commission off each purchase that helps support our channel. So thank you for that. We have products there that I've used, mostly me, because he doesn't need any protein powders or shakes or do any of that. But I do all of that. But we have like our travel container.
And my skincare routine is extensive.
He used to use Rodana. You did use the Rodana.
Yeah, I didn't care for it. It was just expensive and did nothing.
Okay, well,
I have lotions and things though. Potions and lotions. I would look like I was 1,000 if I didn't use those potions and lotions.
All right. So we have some products on the downsized.org on our Amazon. Y'all know what I'm saying. We have an Amazon store. Go look at it. It's also got the book Enough that I really like, that we did a book club about. It has the book The GLP-1 Solution that we've talked to Gianna Beasley, the author of that. It has Dr. Alexandra Soa's book, Ozempic Revolution, Summer the Dietitian's book, and her cookbook, which we've been doing a series on her cookbook with doing some of her recipes, which are it's really coming out better than I anticipated. I really like some of these recipes a lot.
Okay. Good.
Anyway, for what that's worth, if you want to get the cookbook and you can cook with us as we go through them. What else is on in the cruise? You can see about the cruise. It's on the cruise tab. We've got a resources page. all kind of stuff.
So this is a common question from Never Too Late to Dream. I've been on Zepbound for about 60 weeks, down 124 pounds. So let's give you confetti. Congratulations. Is it true that once you reach 72 weeks, Tirzepatide stops working and you stop losing weight? In short, no, that is not true. That is a common misconception. And
that was just when the trial
It's
stopped,
something
right?
that gets pushed out by Facebook and Reddit all the time. The original set of trials were run on 72 weeks, but there is no magical clock in your body or in the medication that goes 72 weeks, I'm done. Now, is it possible that you reach your limit and that's with whatever medication? Yes, that's possible. But many people here have well exceeded that timeline. I mean, I don't know what you weigh, but my guess would be you have significantly passed the trial numbers. So the trial numbers for Zepbound is 18 to 20%. 124 pounds, unless you're a very tall person, you have probably lost more than 18 to 24% of your body. Right. So you've already exceeded you've probably already exceeded what the trial numbers were.
Yeah.
So no, it does not magically stop.
And personally, we've been on, how many weeks did I figure? It's like in the 125 weeks or something like that at this point. I haven't updated my spreadsheet in a few weeks. But, we've talked to people who have been on these medications 2 years, 3 years, 4 years. I don't know. A lot of people at the point where they stop losing weight, that's different for everybody, but it's still working in your body to, control your hunger and slow down your digestion and eliminate food noise and take the inflammation out. And if you're type 2 diabetic, it keeps working to lower your A1C. So I think, that was just where they stopped on the clinical trial, right? So, but it does keep working beyond that. Anthony says CD Skincare makes him look like his metabolic age of 42. Diabolical, Anthony. It's diabolical of you to say. Yes, I'm not a fan of the metabolic age on the BodyPod. I think it actually now only has me a year older than my actual age, which, what the hell Beyonce, right? I don't know. So, Never Too Late to Dream. Thanks, I've lost 37% of my body weight and have about 67 pounds to go. So this is good news. Okay, good.
So what I would tell you though is it possible that you get to a point where your weight loss slows or stops? Yes, that is possible. We do see that. You still want to keep taking that shot. You still want to keep taking that medicine. And the beauty of where we are at this point in history is there's more medications.
There's other medications coming.
So even if Tirzepatide didn't get you as far as you want to go, there's higher doses of Zepbound that are coming that are in testing. So there's 3 more doses that should be coming out in the next 6 months. There's also Retatrutide. There's also Cagrasema. There's a bunch of stuff that you could continue care at some point. Yeah. If the Zepbound didn't get you where you wanted to go.
And something that, was it Dr. Holly that I talked to today? Dr. Holly Lofton that I talked to today said, if the medication at some point does for some reason stop working for you in terms of weight loss, there's other medications that your doctor may be, not coming soon, not in the future, but currently today, there are other medications that they can add on.
Great medications though.
But there are, Tirzepatide is like the wonder drug. Ozempic is the original, right? So, but there are other. The doctor told me this today.
I know.
And I don't think people know this. So, if you get to a point where you're not losing weight just with this by itself, ask your doctor, are there other medications I can take don't go off of this, but in addition to this, until we get to a point where there's, Retatrutide and all those other amylins that come out on the market that might help you in a different way.
So Cagrasema will be out at some point this year. So that's Semaglutide and amylin, which is a completely different action. A lot of people excited about it. It doesn't necessarily cause any more weight loss than Zepbound, but it does it a different way. So your body might react to it in a different way. And a lot of people who haven't succeeded with Tirzepatide are excited about it. And then Retatrutide will be out hopefully early 2027. And there's a bunch more coming. So there's a lot of fun stuff. It'll be cool. So we've got a lot of stuff coming up. We will be traveling, gosh, for the next.
Well, no, but we're still here every day.
Yeah.
We're just going to be in different places in the world.
Well, let me finish what I was saying.
Okay.
We will be traveling for the next 30 days or so. There will still be videos every day. The lives might move around because
Right.
we might be in different time zones and there might be different internet problems.
Yeah.
So if you have hit like and subscribe, it will alert you when there's a live, and it will be in.
Hit the notification bell.
We'll actually be in Europe, so we'll be 6 hours ahead. So the European folks will probably like that. That are viewers, and they may end up being in the morning for the US. I mean, they may end up being in different times. So pay attention, but we will be out there, I promise, and there will be videos every day.
We've got lots of doctor videos lined up. We've got lots of cooking videos lined up.
Yep, I filmed 5 cooking videos.
We've got downsized dish interviews lined up. I recorded a video the other day that's a little bit more analysis on that whole enough point or set point theory. So stick around. We hope you will, and we hope you'll like and subscribe.
All right. Thank you very much. That's it for us this evening. If you haven't already, hit like and subscribe. We have 216 of you out there and 233 likes, so we're doing awesome.
Say goodnight, JoJo.
Say goodnight, JoJo. JoJo does not look happy about
JoJo
that.
says, like and subscribe to the Downsized. Thanks,
right.
everybody. Good night.
Thanks, everybody. My name is Christopher Durham.
I'm Laraine Durham.
And we are the Downsized.